Hey everybody, welcome back to X-Plane 11 after a little break. I am Bill and we are back in Skyhawk 53176 at John Wayne. This is the newly updated SimCoders Realism expansion pack for the 172, and there's a couple of notable updates that they did to this that I'm excited to try out. We're logged in on PilotEdge right here, so this is going to be an on-network flight with ATC. This isn't an exhaustive list, but here are some of the things that SimCoders added on this update, which is 4.3.0. Added engine monitor. I don't use that, so I don't really care about that one. Improved the power curve in the 1500 to 2000 RPM range, so that's a pretty important power range. The prop P factor has been improved, so we should probably see a little bit less left rudder on takeoff rolls. Hopefully that has been improved a little bit, at least noticeably. Improved the negative torque model. Fixed the elevator authority, which was excessive during ground roll at very low speeds. So we won't be able to pop wheelies at low speeds doing soft field. Steering system is changed. Stall horn behavior is updated. Stall behavior is updated as well. Fuel flow at startup with mixture full rich has been updated. And then the thing I'm most excited about is the improved flap dynamics. So there'll actually be some drag once we put flaps down, which the previous builds of this did not have. With full flaps in a full slip, we would speed up in this plane. So a lot of that will have been fixed. So let's just get into the flight. My little remote control is seemingly not working, so I'm going to, this will be a manual for flight. So this is the route. This is a very, very simple and short flight, but it's an airport called Flay Bob, and it's got a very tight pattern, which I want to test out the new flaps, because every time coming in here, because it's so tight, you end up floating it because you can't get the plane slowed down enough to lose lift. That red light is really distracting, I just noticed. You can't, the plane doesn't slow down enough to lose enough lift to actually land the plane and stop flying. So at Flay Bob, halfway down the runway, you'd be able to touch down because you have to keep the pattern so tight due to some terrain in the area. So that's...
Hey, bird. Whoa, buddy.
Welcome back, Bill.
Ryan, thank you very much for 6 months. I cannot believe that it's been 6 months. Thank you very much, Ryan. And yeah, it took a little bit of a break from PilotEdge and flying on the sim, and happy to get back into it. Yeah, so we're going to use Flay Bob as a test of the flaps because of that tight pattern. We need full flaps. We want to slow the plane down. And it's just a fun, quick flight to do. And hopefully on the very short list of next airports to land in real life, because it's a fun one. I've been to the airport. I haven't flown there. So, all right. That's the flight plan. It's a straight line. We're just going to shimmy around these mountains here and pretty much fly over my brother-in-law's house almost exactly, and go through Riverside's airspace. So we'll coordinate with them probably to get that transition, and yeah. Should be pretty awesome. I'm gonna get rid of the ForeFlight. If anyone wants that back up, let me know and I will pull it up. I will be consulting it, but you don't necessarily need it taking up the entire screen. And we're looking down the business end of a global that should not be parked here in real life. Let's do a quick little check, maintenance report here of the plane. Everything looks okay. We're just looking for anything that's red. Notably the battery. Sometimes if you leave the switches on, it'll actually drain the battery, so that looks like it is. Looks like it's good there. All the instruments are good. All of the airframe stuff is good. So the plane is healthy and ready to go. And now it's time for our startup procedure. So we're going to turn on the batteries. Brakes are set. Get the strobe going. And then our floor-to-door check, which is fuel's on both, cutoff is in, trim is set, mixture's out, throttle's out. Avionics, we want to make sure that's off. Lights are all where they should be. Strobe is on, battery master on, mags are on both, which we want those off for the moment. And that is our floor-to-door check flow. And now let's get mixture in, crack the throttle a little bit, hit the fuel pump for about 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And we actually did get some fuel flow. It's probably too little for you to see, but we did get some fuel flow in there. So that actually was improved. You'd barely be able to see that before. So that looks like it was updated. Let's pull the mixture out now and crack the throttle. Parking brake is set. Both clear prop. We are on. Check the RPMs. Don't want it to go too high. And we'll lean that out. And that was a good start. Now let's get all of our lights on here. And I just realized I had the strobes on, not the beacon, so whoops. And avionics are coming on. What's up, B7? Missed you too. And let's add the flight plan in here as well, since it's just going to be the one airport for right now. There it is. Romeo, India, Romeo. Flay Bob. Yeah. White Leg, holy crap, dude, 14 months. White Leg, thank you very much for 14 months, dude. That's crazy. That is really crazy. Thank you, White Leg. All right, let's get the radios coming on and get the ATC, which we should have that frequency up already. Actually, we're not logged into PilotEdge. We gotta do that first. It's 53176.
Connected to PilotEdge.
What's up, Tech? Happy Wednesday. Let's turn this on.
Orange County.
4. Visibility 10. 25,000 scattered. Temperature 18. Dew point 10. Altimeter 3014. Arriving and departing
Right.
runways 20 left, 20 right. Visual approaches in use. VFR departures, contact, clearance, delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Foxtrot.
Information Foxtrot. Okay, let's get this thing
John
on.
Wayne Airport, ATC information Foxtrot. 0053 Zulu. Wind 230 at 4. Visibility 10. 25,000 scattered. Temperature 18. Dew point 10. Altimeter 3014.
Yeah, this is
arriving at
we're back to typical SoCal winter weather. Winds are at 4. Visibility is awesome. Clouds, not many. Temperature, not bad. Information Foxtrot. Okay, let's get on to clearance and delivery and see whose beautiful, silky smooth voice we're met with on the other end of this transmission. Who's it going to be? Which Eastern Canadian's voice are we going to hear?
Go. November 34 approach.
Oh, that must have been the end of a transmission, not the beginning of a transmission. John Wayne Clarence, good evening. Skyhawk 53176 with information Foxtrot. Would like flight following to Flay Bob via the El Toro departure, please.
Skyhawk 53176, John Wayne Clarence, good evening. On departure, turn left heading 080, maintain VFR at below 3000. Departure frequency 128.1. Squawk, standby. Squawk 3461.
3461. On departure, that's left heading 080, at or below 3000. Departure frequency 128.1, squawking 3461, 53176.
Feedback correct.
I was misled, but Eugene is great. Okay, let's 080.
Hey,
We got him there.
whoa, buddy.
Jesus, Ryan. 19 months, dude. That is freaking wild. 3, 4, 6, 1. Ryan, thank you very much for 19 months. Thank you. Yeah. Just realized that our RPMs were set a little bit high for a warm-up. I had the volume turned down. Couldn't tell that it was wound up so much. White League, dude, you gotta catch him. I believe in you, White League. All right, so let's go over to ground and let's get our Johnny Ground Skyhawk 53176. Information Foxtrot at ACI West, taxi to tower run up.
Skyhawk 53176, John ground, run up, taxi via Bravo.
Tower run up via Bravo 53176. Alright, let's see if I'm able to work these rudder pedals. I threw my back out really bad this past weekend, and today was like the first day I've actually been able to even move a little bit.
It's just is what it is. It's just complete, total
So let's see how hampered I am by my injury.
Hey, bird, whoa, buddy.
Second little one arrived.
Iowa, 18 months, man. Thank you so much. That is crazy. Happy Wednesday. Happy December. Thank you, Iowa. That's crazy, man. I don't know which one is crazier, the I've been doing it for long enough to have somebody subscribe that long, or somebody subscribing that long.
Cessna Skyhawk 204. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. That is a proper brisk walk taxi.
Approaching runway 02 left, 20 right.
Don't usually stop on this end, but we will stop it here. Give a little bit extra mixture Let's get 1800. There we go. Left, good drop. Right, good drop. Both. Check idle. Okay, looks good. Looks good. Yeah, what's the cumulative months so far in subscription? That's crazy, guys. All right. Looks like a pretty good abbreviated simulator run-up. Shit. A little sip of my beverage there. Did I take that one out, Ryan? I may have taken that one out. That is a good one, though. Did I take it out? Is it Need for Speed? No, it's still in there. Need for Speed? What'd you do? Need for Speed. Oh, you got timed out, dude. Chatbot runs a tight ship, that's for sure. Giant ground, Skyhawk 53176. Continue like 20 left for departure.
Skyhawk 53176, runway 20 right at Kilo, taxi via Bravo Kilo.
Bravo Kilo 20 right, 53176. Minnesota parents, thank you for stopping by. Yeah. They're leaving now. But David's here. Julia says hi, by the way. David, tell your parents that Julia says hi. Oh, your dad's still here. Julia says hi, Steve. Somebody, Ryan, could you do me a favor and type in exclamation point F-bomb?
Oh, God.
So Julia's dad can hear. Oh, what the hell? Is chatbot pissed?
Camaro Tower, Skyhawk 73726 to my final.
73726, roger, runway 26, clear to land. The wind is 050 at 4.
Keith is always pissed.
Clear to run, runway 26, 73726.
Yeah, it was working earlier, but why is it not now? Let's do a little chatbot reboot here. And now we got our Nova Scotian. It should have been going. Let's check it out. Let's check it out now, though.
Cessna Skyhawk 204. Oh, fuck.
Okay, get in the spirit.
I lost my spirit.
I know you did. Joey Tower, good evening. Skyhawk 53176, holding short 20 right at Kilo number 2, requesting departure on 20 left. Go away.
53176, do you have enough room to get around the other aircraft?
Yeah, affirmative. We can go around on the right side.
3176, roger, cross runway 20 right at Kilo, runway 20 left at Kilo, clear for takeoff.
Crossing 20 right at Kilo, clear for takeoff, 20 left at Kilo, 53176. Switching over to tower
Approaching runway 20 right.
Roger.
Entered runway 20 right. 5,300 feet remaining.
Ryan, I agree. Hearing Goldie's voice on PilotEdge just is the best. It takes me back to
approaching runway 20
those first
left.
4 months straight, basically, of just having Gold Sea.
Entered runway 20 left. 2,500 feet remaining.
Okay, lights, camera, and action.
Oh, go away.
Oh, there's a little bit of...
3 November, connect LA Tower 120.
Yeah, the ground roll, you need a lot more right rudder. That's super nice. I got distracted and we're at our rotation speed. Yeah, before, there were times when you could actually take off with left rudder in, and that is a huge improvement. So far, so good.
Los Angeles Tower,
SimCoders.
November 313 November, ILS 25 left 69.
313 November LA Tower, good evening, 12205, runway 25, left clear to land.
Runway 25 left clear to land, 13.
And over 27 Foxtrot, SoCal approach, you had a request. For 27 Foxtrot, Roger, squawk 4233.
Go. It's a glorious hour though when he's on.
I'm sorry, what approach is that? The VOR, which one?
Yeah, you definitely need more right rudder now. This is awesome. Yeah, this is the new version of the rep.
53176, here to contact, say altitude.
Climbing through 1,200, 53176.
76, thanks, connect SoCal approach.
Departure 53176. SoCal departure, Skyhawk 53176, 1,300 restricted, 3,000.
53176, SoCal approach, John Wayne altimeter is standby. There it is, 3015.
3015, 176.
Whoa, buddy.
Shenanigans. 8 months. Thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate it. Happy December to you.
Practice viewer Alpha approach into bracket is approved.
Yeah, this is definitely different. The only flight that I've done in this so far is some pattern work, and very curious to see how it feels in cruise and stuff. But yeah, climbing out right now, I definitely need to keep in the right rudder, which is very interesting. Up to 59 months. White Lake, thank you for keeping track of the subscription month count for tonight. 59 months, that's ridiculous. All right, he's taking us to Irvine, apparently. Turn left at the Spectrum, which we actually are at the Spectrum, that's really funny. There's the Irvine Spectrum right there. If you stream only once a month, you'll get all your resubs in each stream, and it'll boost your ego hearing that sound. That's a great idea, Ryan. I will not take you up on that suggestion, but that is a solid life hack. 61, we're up to 61. Sweet.
Number 73726.
Still
Roger,
need a little right rudder.
Taxi via Bravo Hotel Alpha.
There's a little 50-foot bus there. 65, wow.
.313 November, Roger, ramp via Alpha, remain this frequency. 53176, you can cancel the altitude restriction, resume on navigation, maintain VFR.
ONAV and altitude is 53176. All right, kind of got a jump start on the altitude restriction. very happy with the ortho in Orange County.
Oh, go away.
We will not, Goldsy. I don't call you names.
I think most Cessna drivers would be freaking out.
I love that. You know, that's a good White Lake. That's a great audio clip for when Goldie comes on, because that is such a Canadian out. Captain Darkon, thank you. Tell Jess I said hello. Have a great dinner. The beverage service has now begun. The captain has turned off your seatbelt sign and the smoking sign. Actually, this is a smoking is allowed on this flight. Just pop open. Just dump your ashes out the window, please. That'd be helpful. I do want to try that, opening up the door. That would be pretty fun. Is it 20 degrees off? 20.
So the aircraft for the I-1 request was at 972 November Charlie.
Are you sure?
972 November Charlie. Thanks. Clear to the John Wayne Airport. Fly heading 220. Expect radar vector Steel Beach
my
VOR.
course right
And
now?
then direct. Maintain 2000.
The track is
3000. 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 128.1, squawk 5257.
Yeah, I'd take a cigar in the back.
Traffic, 2 o'clock, 2 miles,
Okay, so there's-
1,100 feet below.
That looks like north, right? So let's get that there. Should be pretty close.
Clear over Charlie, be back there.
Is it showing me dead north now, Goldsy? So we got magnetic showing north, DG showing north. Anything out? Don't go too much. Close enough. Your 080 heading was more like
3726, Camarillo Tower, roger, left turn direct Oxnard is approved, runway 26, clear for takeoff. Number 362, Mike Alpha, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain 14,000, the Burbank altimeter 3014.
You know what I think it could have been? I think I could have been stuck with rudder in. That's what was happening. So my ground track is going to be different than... That's exactly what was happening. I had rudder in and rudder out. There's your 10 degrees. That's what was happening. But yeah, I was looking outside for sure. But yeah, that I think that's what the discrepancy was the rudder. Is it looking good today? I think that's the new OBS Streamlabs filter. It's the new hair filter. It looks very contrasty. That is fantastic. All right, brother. Have a great night. Yeah, the pilot side door being open probably didn't help any either. Flay Bob, what do you got for me, dude? What do you got? Winds are calm. Riverside.
3-4 Papa Golf, John Wayne Tower, runway 20 right at Kilo, clear for takeoff, wind 2203.
35 full. Have you probably haven't seen it, but there's the Supercuts commercial.
726 Oxford Tower.
Goldsy.
You can't just change frequencies while you're still in the Camarillo airspace. You either need to request that or wait till you clear that airspace. But make straight in runway 25.
Big Daddy, we're going to Flay Bob first. It's our first stop. But yeah, Goldsy, there's a Supercuts commercial with the guy from House of Cards. I can't remember his name. But he's bald, and it's pretty funny. You would enjoy it. Pooper Scooper, LOL. What's up, man? Where we're going, we don't need roads. Well, we kind of do for navigational purposes, but you're largely correct. And thank you for the bits, man. Happy Wednesday. Happy December. I know that we're way deep into December, but
7 Foxtrot Alpha upon completion.
The first spring of December. Okay, so we're gonna get handed off here pretty soon to 35-4, and then from there we will work on the transition into Flay Bob.
This is November 34 Papa Golf, 1,500, climbing to 2,000.
34 Papa Golf, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb maintain 6,000.
Climb and maintain 6,000, November 34 Papa Golf.
Pooper Scooper, that's pretty awesome, dude. Congratulations. That's great. Goldsy, thank you very much. Correcting pilots on their frequency usage procedures, and also clear grammatical mistakes.
Oh, go away.
That is really fun. It's very exciting. Very exciting for you. Okay, there's lovely Corona.
The 34 Pop Golf, correct Seal Beach, resume on navigation. Clear direct Seal Beach, resume on navigation.
Direct to Steel Beach and resume on navigation, November 34 Papa.
53176, connect, SoCal approach 135.4.
135.4, 53176. SoCal approach, good evening, Skyhawk 53176, 3,500. We have the weather at Flay Bob.
53176, SoCal approach, interior altimeter 3015.
3015, 53176. And did you want us to coordinate with Riverside Tower once we get closer for that transition, or just stay with you into Flay Bob?
53176, tell you what, I'll take care of that for you.
Roger that, thank you, Skyhawk 53176.
Okay, who's that looking for flight following to Palm Springs? It's in a rush.
So usually going into Flay Bob, you can see how close it is to Riverside, and there's literally a cutout in that airspace. You would actually coordinate this with the Riverside Tower. I haven't done this flight in the real world yet, but the pilots that I've talked to that have done this, that are actually based out of Flay Bob, use Riverside Tower. Granted, they're a little bit older and not always on flight following. There is a chance that if Riverside is very slow and there's no planes in there, that SoCal would just retain the radar services through the Delta. So we'll just kind of pretend like that is the case today. Let's get the autopilot turned off and see how this plane reacts going to Flay Bob. And then I want to get your guys' opinion on the next flight. So overall, the P factor has been updated. You can really tell that the plane wants to pull right way more than it did before. I think there'll probably be some complaints that it's too much, but given that it's a simulator, I don't have a problem with it being a little bit exaggerated, because every plane's a little bit different. I think it's fine. It's not just you, Goldsy. For some reason, there's something about the lighting situation that I have that makes my lips and my ears really red. And I have tried to dial it out, and I don't know what else to do. So it is not just you. Wearing Julia's lipstick. It's a nice shade, right? I don't know if that helped at all. I feel like it's a lighting, I feel like it's a lighting thing, but I cannot dial it out with software, so I just have to deal with a little bit of awkward. We're back to being stable. There is Riverside right there, and Flay Bob has a very low pattern.
Foxtrot Alpha.
1470 or 1467 is the pattern altitude.
Foxtrot Alpha, you just plan to go missed approach.
It's a 700-foot pattern, so it's 100 feet less than John Wayne. But
7 Foxtrot Alpha, Roger, remain this
which is already
an
800-foot pattern there.
Remain this frequency, report going to 7 Foxtrot Alpha.
7-5, Quebec Alpha, Joe Wayne, ground rate 20 right, taxi via Bravo, Kilo.
What's going on here? Speed. Okay, we got both on, lights are on, throttle mixture is in, cutoff is in, fuel is on both. And we got half of a tank. We've got Flay Bob in sight. We're going to enter right on a left downwind. And just slide right in.
For 362 Mike Alpha, Connect LA Center. Actually, let's make it SoCal approach 134.2.
Neuromancer, what is happening? Happy Wednesday. I know it has been way too long, man. Good to see you. Xviddy?
7 Foxtrot Alpha, Roger.
Yeah. This is a 172. This is the default 172 from X-Plane, but this is the SimCoders Rep Pack version 4.3.0 that we're flying. But I do want to fly the Carinata 182 very soon. That'll be fun.
Los Angeles, CBN 362 Mike Alpha is with you, 1418, extending 14,000.
362 Mike Alpha, SoCal approach, the Burbank altimeter 3014.
She is a Butte, right?
2 Mike Alpha.
So custom livery there.
5176 Raider. air service terminated. Squawk and maintain VFR, frequency change approved.
Squawk and VFR, frequency change approved, 53176. We'll see you in a bit.
I'll be here.
I freaking hope so. 22.8. Flay Bob traffic, Skyhawk 53176. 5 miles to the west-southwest, entering a left downwind for 24 Flay Bob. No bobblehead. Bobble Bill's back. Thank you, Neuromancer. Alright, let's test out these flaps. So we need to be at 1400 basically, 14 and a bit, 100, which we're way high for that. So let's get the power fully out and the nose down. We're okay on airspeed right now. And then this is Mount Rubidoux, and we're going to be aiming directly for the peak of that is kind of the downwind. And get down 1600, that's not too bad. We are going to need to get some power back in here soon, so we got mixture full fuels on. And there is 15. We need to be at about 1450, just above 1450 is the pattern altitude. So that is slightly higher than pattern altitude right there. That's fine. It's alright, man. Look, the good thing about flight simulators is that even if you haven't used a particular sim, they're trying to replicate the real world stuff, so there's a lot of similarity between everything. Alright, so there is the first notch of flaps. We're going to go 2 notches of flaps because this is a little bit, as you can tell, that's freaking sketchy. How close you have to get to that now. And the fact that we are at a much lower pattern altitude. And there is a base right there. Flay Bob traffic. Skyhawk is base 24 Flay Bob. And I'm going to get in the 3rd notch of flaps here. And power is coming out. I'm a little high, which is fine. And full flaps 65. We can slip it a little bit. It's speeding up a lot. I mean, I'm really dumping it in now. Let's go full. Nah, that didn't work out. That didn't work out. I know what a sim is. I just don't know what these sims are called because I know they aren't called FS6. Oh yeah. This is This is X-Plane 11. The title is showing FSX right now because that's kind of been like a catch-all of flight simulators, which can be kind of confusing. Flay Bob traffic, Skyhawk is going around, turning left crosswind 24 Flay Bob. See how tricky that pattern is. Flay Bob traffic, Skyhawk is turning left downwind 24 Flay Bob. Probably need to go a little bit less power. It's X-Plane 11, and I've got the main ones are PilotEdge. PilotEdge and Planes are the 2 biggest add-ons for the sim. The scenery stuff just depends on where you're flying. I have ortho scenery, which is the satellite images that you see here, the ground, which is why it looks so realistic. But the big one is the live air traffic control plugin. Possibly Chinese, what's happening? Kenny, I will talk about that once we have everything sorted out. But yeah, there will be a full debrief of that whole situation. I promise. All right, we're gonna come in a little bit hot. I don't feel like going around again. It's better than it was before. but we're still speeding up quite a bit.
Whoa! Found it!
Hello.
Found the ground.
That is, this thing just is going to float for a while. And there goes the flaps. It's definitely better. I had the nose down a lot. I probably could have fixed that with more trim. Possibly Chinese. Thank you so much for a freaking year, dude. That's crazy. That is crazy. Found it. Yeah, Kenny, it's gonna be I want to move on from I've missed them too, man. I'm really looking forward to debriefing the whole thing. I just don't want to dwell on the negative stuff right now, but once it's over, there's a lot of things that we can talk about, and hopefully I'll have Brad on to talk about it as well. But when you turned base and dropped to 60, the nose was up quite a bit, and then you weren't losing altitude. Yeah, it wasn't. You saw that correctly, Ryan. The altitude wasn't being lost as much as I wanted it to, which is why I put the nose down, increase the airspeed, and in the YouTube video that I did where I kind of went tested the two short approaches, it still likes the nose to be up a lot more than you think it does, but it is it's still not perfect, but it is much better than it was, without a doubt. Neuromancer, I think it's just love. Dave, happy Wednesday, and I agree. Yeah, and I don't want to dwell on it.
Oh my god, I love airplanes and I love Brad. Holy shit.
It's going to be interesting, though. I hope. I hope it's interesting, and I hope it'll be a learning experience for anybody that listens. All right, so the P factor has been increased, and P factor... Are you okay? This heard. P factor. P factor is, as I'm sure some of you know that are going through your training, improperly used as a catch-all for all right-turning tendencies, but they specifically said that P factor was increased, and I don't know if that meant the actual P factor or just right turning tendencies in general. Or sorry, yeah, left you're right. Yeah, left turning tendencies. So I don't know if that is specific to P factor or if it's just the thing wants to turn left in general. All right. So overall, the flaps are improved, still not perfect. Left turning tendencies exaggerated a little bit more. The fueling should have been updated. This was a very short flight, so a lot of we didn't try any of the stall stuff or anything like that yet, but it flies great still. And the great thing about a lot of these add-on planes is that they're constantly being updated, and they do take user feedback into consideration. They do consult real-world pilots that have flown these planes in the real world, so they're constantly evolving. And for $20 for this thing to have a constantly evolving and improving 172, I think that's awesome. Max, why didn't the thing go off? Why didn't it yell at me? What the hell? Max, thank you so much for 18 months. Do we have a bromance? 100%. 100%, Max. I am so bummed that the weather did not cooperate for the Bill and Max reunion, but the correct decision was made, and it was another good lesson. So welcome, Max. The airport that we're at right now is Flay Bob. Okay, so it went off. Yeah, I did not hear it. I don't know why it did not go off, but I definitely did see it. Okay. Up to 95 months. That's crazy. Thank you. Thank you, White Lake. Okay. Max, you will help with this a lot. I had this thought that for going through all of the studying, getting ready for the check ride, focusing a lot on weather. Weather is a very big portion of the check ride and the hazards of weather, having just dealt with some of that here in the last few weeks. Ryan, thank you so much for the gifted sub to Neuromancer. 17 gifted subs. Ryan, thank you very much, sir. That is awesome. I really appreciate that. I appreciate everybody that's here watching and hanging out. But thank you very much for all of you that subscribe. It goes, just so you know, for full disclosure, the very little but noticeable Twitch money that comes in from doing this, I put towards the real world flying, which in turn I hope helps make more fun content for you guys to watch. So I really appreciate that, and I wanted to thank everybody. Now that more of you are in here, thank you so much, because it has helped a lot, especially with the check ride. We'll call it drama. It will help with the financial implications of that. So thank you guys very much. It is extremely helpful and very appreciated.
Oh my god, I love airplanes. I love Brad. Holy shit.
Some big old drama, Max. But thank you. So thank you guys a lot. I really appreciate that. It is very helpful. All right. This was my thought. Slapshooter, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Good evening.
If you guys do like these videos, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. Also subscribe to the channel.
Thank you, Steve-O. Max, make sure to tell your friend Steve-O thank you for sponsoring my channel unbeknownst to him. This was my thought. A lot of these flight simulator flights, we have FS Economy, we have PilotEdge, we have real world destinations. All of that is great. But what I wanted to do is start testing, especially with like these higher level planes like the Rep 172. I wanted to start testing the extreme situations, particularly the dangerous situations, and yeah, VATSIM too, that you don't want to replicate in the real world, but maybe have happened in the real world. What are some dangerous situations that we can get into that are realistic, but something that you wouldn't purposefully seek out? And what I want to do is try to replicate some of those situations in particular flights and head into them knowing that they're going to happen. Not like, I don't want to do gale force winds and we're going to fly into a tornado and all that crap. But I want to come up with scenarios that are largely worst case VFR private scenarios, and replicate some of these flights. So if you guys have had flights that have either, obviously I want flights that have turned out okay but were sketchy. I don't want to recreate any flights where anyone lost a life or when anyone crashed or where some seriously bad stuff happened. But I want to push the envelope realistically in the simulator to see what would happen and to, well, one, see how the simulator reacts, but also just as kind of a challenge to push ourselves in terms of real world pilots situationally. So the next flight I'm going to do is an example of that and kind of what I'm thinking of for you guys to hopefully give me some feedback. About 20 hours into my training, the engine was running a little rough. The instructor wanted to work it out in the air. I said no. We went to the mechanic and found out to be a blown gasket. I don't think you can sim that. Neuromancer, that's awesome. You kind of can in some ways, but I'll show you what I mean. I want to go to let's get iPad out here. That's the wrong thing. Okay, I want to go to Big Bear. So we got Flay Bob, and we're going to go to Big Bear. And we're going to go add to route. All right. Big Bear is has an altitude of 6,700 feet. So let's go to, I'm going to get out of this and let's go to Google, and then let's type in hottest temp in Big Bear. Okay, I guess highest temperature works too. Highest temperature in Big Bear. Let's do let's see what this says. According to the National Weather Service, the warmest month in Big Bear is July, with a daily average of 18 C, so 64 degrees. The coolest month is January. Okay, there is an average of 1.7 days each year with highs of 90 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's a pretty easy one. 32 degrees C seems like it's the highest. Let's Neuromancer, and that is a great call. So 90 degrees Fahrenheit is the highest temperature in Big Bear. So let's do weather, and we're going to go manually configure, and let's see, temperature, we're going to do Fahrenheit, and we're going to say that it is at 90. Okay. We're going to leave everything else the same, but we're going to change the temperature to 90. Okay, 90 degrees. And let's go to back to Google and then type in density altitude for flight. Okay, I don't need live. I want density altitude calculator. Let's just try this top one. I don't want to like fumble through the charts and stuff on the POH, but this should be fine. So the elevation in feet is, what does it say, 6,700 feet, and the air temperature is 90 degrees Celsius. Altimeter setting is, what is it, 3 3014, I think it was. 3014. And dew point, do we know what the dew point is? No, let's just say that it's, I don't know. It's a good dew point, 50, 55, I guess, at this maybe. Okay, so calculate that. So air density is 10,000 feet. So 10,000 foot airport elevation density altitude. What did I say 90C? Yeah, no, I did it right. Yeah, it's checked here. There's Celsius, there's Fahrenheit. Okay, so we have 10,000 foot field elevation. That's what we're dealing with right now. I said 90C. Yeah, we would have some issues if we were taking off if it was 90C. So the other thing that we're going to do is add, of course, will this work? Let's add some fuel payload weight there. So we're going to be 10,000 foot density altitude, 90 degree temperatures, and we're at max gross. This is what I'm talking about. We're going to go to Big Bear, full, and it's hot. And see what happens. So this is kind of what I'm envisioning for these types of flights. You know, like maybe not nightmare scenarios, but kind of like that, like nightmare flight, nightmare scenario where we've got an extreme weather circumstance or terrain or plane underpowered, not necessarily mechanical failures, but more environmental in terms of altitudes or runway length combinations, something that we can replicate in the simulator. So if you have any ideas, let me know. If you're watching this on YouTube, comment below, or like we can talk about it in the Discord. Or let me know if this is a stupid idea. If this is a stupid idea, then that kind of changes everything as well. One thing I don't know if it will do, if this is saying 90 degrees at the surface. So I think once we get up to altitude, we'll actually readjust to see if it'll change the temperature. Yeah, that's a good idea too, Ryan. Yeah, just to have, and even if it's if we have some sort of method of doing that where that gets fed to me and I physically change it mid-flight, but part of that too is like, okay, we're going from A to B and the weather is going to deteriorate halfway there. What do we do? Not necessarily make the decision off of live weather being changed, but we can induce that weather. Flay Bob traffic, Skyhawk is departing runway 24, departing to the east. Flay Bob. Okay. Lights, camera, action. Need to check really quick where we're. Should have done this before we rolled out, but 34.5. Okay, so we have the same departure frequency. Neuromancer, absolutely. Happy to help. Yeah, 100%. As much as I can. I mean, I am very much in the set it and forget it camp, but I will be happy to help. Okay, there is 55. I do like that we need a lot of right rudder here. Of course, Neuromancer. And remind me, Neuromancer, if you're on Discord or not, because that will help as well. Flay Bob traffic, Skyhawk turning right, crosswind. Flay Bob. Okay, it definitely feels a little sluggish. Flay Bob traffic, Skyhawk turning right downwind, departing to the east. Flay Bob. Okay, cool. Eagle 11. Happy December. Happy Wednesday. We're working on it, man. We're working on it. I'm ready, but it is very, very likely to be January by the time we actually get it finished up, but it is in progress.
Yeah, you can keep the same code, that's fine. That's why I told you to keep it going in there, because I know you're heading out again.
Check right hell.
November Charlie, turn right heading 170, intercept the localizer.
Right 70, intercept the localizer, 972 November Charlie.
SoCal approach, good evening, Skyhawk 53176, 2,000, 5 miles northeast of Flay Bob.
You know what I'm going to say right now. Aircraft 3176, SoCal approach, go ahead.
Like flight following to Big Bear at 9,500, 53176.
3176, Roger, squawk 6713.
6713, 53176.
We're 2 November Charlie, 2 miles from Snake, maintain 3,000 till established, cleared ILS, runway 20 right approach.
Goldsy does not like cold calling, I forgot.
3,000 until established, clear for the ILS 20 right, 972 November Charlie.
I did forget that Goldie does not like cold calls. No cold calls.
Oh, go away.
Goldsy, you know that even though it was a cold call, it was with warmth. There was some warmth behind that cold call. Let's get this heading bug going and this vertical speed going.
The White Legend. Hey, you're my buddy, White Legend. Because I'm a White Legend.
10 northeast.
I just thought about that, White Leg. That's so funny. White Legend. You're my buddy, White Legend. Because I'm a White Legend. That audio clip was from liveatc.net when I was listening to the Oshkosh frequency. So freaking funny.
To my Golf Roger, you going down to Atlantic there? Roger, run taxi Alpha Bravo to Atlantic, cross runway 15 right, 15 left, remain this street.
We should get a no cold call. Goldsy, you let me know if you're down to over the frequency. Say, you know I don't like cold calls or something. You come up with a line. You tell me if you're good to go, and I will record it and make it into audio. Because I think that would be really fun. Okay, we're back.
SoCal approach, 7880 Golf at 9,000, departing the hold, of course.
You know what would be funny is like a really bitter sounding, like, no need to cold call.
Lima Golf, San Bernardino ground runway 6, taxi by Alpha.
Julia's watching White Christmas on Netflix or something.
And who else was calling there that I just missed?
Let's see what the temperature is.
Oh, 788 Golf, leaving the hold.
Still going down, so we'll keep an eye on that. It's probably going to be 90 on the surface. So once we get up to 6,700 feet, we'll reset it to 90 again.
27 Foxtrot Alpha,
I think that is probably
approach procedure as published.
Setting the temperature for whatever altitude you're at. No, in the box.
917 November Charlie, John Wayne Tower, wind 220 at 3, runway 20 right, clear to land.
I don't know. The Fox thing, I get, but 4 Fox Golf sounds way better than 4 Foxtrot Golf. Oh, the leaning actually works. Do you hear the RPMs rise? Oh, hi, Ceremonial Melon. Okay, so the leaning actually works now. That's cool.
7 Lima Golf. Yeah, no problem. Runway 6, taxi by Alpha.
Okay, so 6,700 is what we're aiming for here. We can probably go up 100 more feet per minute. We'll get closer to VY. We're much closer, obviously, to Big Bear than coming from John Wayne. So we're going to have to be a little bit more aggressive on the climb. Ceremonial Melon,
SoCal approach 135.4.
My Wednesday is fantastic. How was yours?
SoCal approach November 7 Quebec Alpha 5,500. Climb 10,500.
75 Quebec Alpha, SoCal approach. Hello again, radar contact. Interior altimeter 3015.
3015 is good to see.
Digital Chaos, happy Wednesday. That's awesome, Neuromancer. 80% humidity? Okay. Not yet, Ceremonial Melon. Not yet. Yeah, we can add some humidity. It's starting to hurt now. Solo cross country to 152. That's awesome. That's awesome. Digital Chaos. I have not heard. I actually have not looked at the last couple updates on that, so I don't know what the latest news is. But I would imagine it's not going to be for a while. Rudder. It's a little bit dramatic. We're still climbing 300 feet per minute. Barely. That's not happy with that. Full frickin' rental power, just firewalled in 90-degree heat. We got about 600 feet more before I check the temperature. December 31st, 2020. Oh man, I would.
726 Van Nuys Tower.
I doubt they'll do
right
anything
down, runway
for
16,
Flight
right
Sim
report
Expo.
midfield.
They're much more interested in it. I mean, you can see where they released their trailer or announcement at E3. Okay, we're gonna go to the. We're gonna go here. I'm not gonna go into the mountains. The RAV 2000 negative, but I will. We will definitely go over the check ride. I don't know what you call it.
80 Golf. Give you a little help here. Turn left, heading 330. Join
Adventure.
Victor
We'll
442.
just keep it neutral and say
Left. 330.
Okay, so there's about field elevation. So let's go in here and let's get. All right, so it didn't change much. It just dropped a little bit. So that's fine. Still. Eke out a little bit more of that airspeed. .400's probably enough. Let's try 500.
November Charlie, roger. You taxi there via Bravo. Remain this frequency with the pass for the I-1.
All right, real world scenario. It's 90 degrees at 7,000 feet.
796 Sierra.
We've got a field density elevation of almost 11,000, and we're at max gross in a 172, facing mountains. This is not a good idea. But let's see what happens. I'm actually going to go I'm going to swing a little bit more to the left here. Goldsy, if you can hear me right now, is there going to be a voice change on the network at 7? Don't call me names. Or I don't call you names. Voice changed about 5-ish miles. Goldsy, I would like to.
544 Hotel. Let's do San Bernardino, Kilo Sierra Bravo Delta.
I would like to cancel flight following before voice change. SoCal approach Skyhawk 53176. Just want to let you know that we'll cancel the flight following before we get to that next sector, next controller sector.
Number 176. Roger, that's going to be about now if you'd like.
Sounds good to me, 53176.
76, Roger, radar service terminated, squawk VFR, frequency change approved, see you.
Frequency change approved. Squawk and VFR 53176, see ya.
75, Quebec Alpha, connect SoCal approach 126.7.
Let's go off on our own now. CTAF is 22. Goldsy's voice change. Not quite. not quite that kind of change. What do you think about that, Bobble Bill?
Number 75, Quebec Alpha, 3017.
Here's our lake. Okay, outside air temperature, how's it looking? See that? 760? That's just not right. Did it just like click over? Okay, so
227 Lima Golf, San Bernardino Tower, left downwind departure.
temperature at the nearest
Runway 6
airport.
Clear for takeoff.
So it does change. Okay. So Big Bear is the nearest airport. Interesting. Temperature at nearest airport.
73726.
So
Thanks,
it's still
runway
showing
16 right, clear to
74
land.
right there. What did it do? Temperature at nearest airport 92. Below minimums, thank you very much for 7 months. Says, yay, a 4LE stream, plus I think I beat Ryan by a month. Thank you, man. And I don't know why the audio is not working on the alerts on that. I don't know if that's a Twitch or an OBS thing, but thank you very much.
Approach November 7 Pocket
And Quasar, thank you for 16 months. That is fantastic. Quasar, thank you, man. We're almost at our altitude. We're at 9,000, or 8,900, I should say. What's up, Ro? Good to see you as well.
Clearance on request.
So we're coming in on the northwest valley. Below minimums, congratulations on finishing college. Quasar, it is an ordeal, and I will give a full recap once it's over. I feel like this airspeed is a little bit too much. Yeah. Hopefully it'll be interesting.
Number 27 Foxtrot Alpha, connect Riverside Tower 121.0.
1.0.
So we have Big Bear.
Papa Golf, connect SoCal approach 134.2.
Frequency in, we're almost to our altitude.
34 Papa Golf.
300 feet, 200 feet per minute. Probably do a little bit more for the last 150 feet.
SoCal approach November 34 Papa Golf with you at 6,000.
SoCal approach, November 7
Papa Golf, SoCal approach, runway altimeter 3015, fly heading 285, just going to maintain 4,300, say approach request of
CTAF. Big Bear traffic, Skyhawk 10 miles to the west. We're going to be approaching from the northwest valley, Big Bear. See ya! Yeah, no, we're just 10 miles out. That's time to switch over. That's all. We're running a little hot. Let's check. Okay, so now air temperature is down to 70. Let's see if we have another opportunity to change. Nearest airport is 90. Okay. Coronado 210 with the rep and cruising at flight level 230. That's awesome. Okay, we're gonna pull back the RPMs a little bit. So, and that's not pressurized, right? You got to go with the oxygen, onboard oxygen. More beer. Yeah, I think the 182 has the oxygen as well. Okay. Dude, if you kind of want more beer, get some more beer, dude. Nobody is stopping you. Let's go off autopilot. So density altitude is 11,000 feet up here, or not up here. We're at, what would it be up here? 12, 13,000, something like that. So we're dealing with some altitude right now, which is at max gross. We are, yeah, this engine is not happy. So, that's one of the many hazards. Big Bear traffic, Skyhawk 5 miles to the west, Big Bear. We can start losing some of that altitude a little bit. Hazy IPA for sure. 7,900 foot pattern altitude. So we go from a 700 foot pattern to a 1,200 foot pattern. Awesome. Yeah, the real 53176 has a new hangar mate, a new 210 hangar mate, which is pretty awesome. That would be a fun one to fly. All right. So we're going into a density altitude of 1,100 foot at pattern altitude, or not pattern altitude, just a field elevation of 6,700 feet at 90 degrees with a relatively high altimeter setting. So it could be worse. Nearmancer, have a great one, man. Well, yeah, the density altitude is 1,100 feet, or 11,000 feet. The field elevation is 6,700. So that is the effect of the temperature being 90 degrees. So we're setting it at 90, and let's double check that right now and see if it's holding. Yeah, it seems to be. So near temperature at nearest airport, and we're definitely at nearest airport now. But the outside air temperature is still not showing correct altitude, or the correct temperature. I would expect that to be a little bit higher, being this close, but yeah. It's a good shot of the ski resort there. That's pretty cool. This one off to the right would be kind of fun. That's cool. That is cool. Big Bear traffic. Skyhawk is entering a left downwind for 26. Big Bear. Still a little bit high here. Maverick, what's up? I know, man. It has been a long time. Long time no see, and long time no hear as well. You miss your voice a lot, actually. Fridays, ZLA Fridays. We wish you were back, man. I mean, this is a 1,200 foot pattern right now, and it seems like we're so low. I mean, we're pretty far out right now, but that still seems like it's not that high because of the terrain. Right. Big Bear traffic. Skyhawk is turning left base 26, Big Bear. More mixture, lights are good, fuel's good. Oh, you're actually on the west right now. Got it. Got it, Chris. Well, we miss you in LA for sure. Not here. That would be bad. Big Bear traffic, Skyhawk turning final 26, Big Bear. Just a normal landing that feels super sluggish even though we're indicating 80 knots. Whoa, hey, overshoot that.
Short final runway 26.
Go somewhere else.
Oh, hey, Brad. I was like, I almost said, hey, Brad, just to the audio, but it's the actual Brad. Goldsy, pleasure as always to hear your beautiful Eastern Canadian voice. Yeah, it does not. It's funny that it looks kind of normal, but it doesn't feel normal.
Whoa! Found it!
Hello.
Found the ground.
Yeah, that was a little bit less dramatic than I thought it was going to be. It probably would have been a lot different feeling being in the plane because I could feel how sluggish it was. Brad, we just went into Big Bear with the outside air temperature at, according to this, 84. It's supposed to be set to 90. So we've got a density altitude of 11,000 feet. And that actually wasn't too bad. Density altitude 11,000 feet at max gross as well. You have a good face for radio. Should fly the same control field wise, but the landing distance is long. Well, that's why I'm excited. I'm really interested to see the takeoff. The landing is one thing. The takeoff should be a little bit more dramatic. It's harder to. I feel like it's probably easier to gauge a longer takeoff roll than a landing roll. Maybe. I mean, if it's just slowing down slower. You know what, Goldsy, that's funny you mentioned that because I just was going through my phone adding profile contact pictures for people I have on my phone, and I just added our picture to your contact. So I actually was just looking at that picture today. Highest airport I've been to was 7,000 feet in the middle of July. Yikes. Max, what would you do if you were flying VFR and suddenly got stuck in IMC and couldn't get out? What is the nature of the IMC, Max? Did I fly into a cloud where I can do a 180? Or is it worse than that? Change it to custom weather. Oh my god. So it just weather dropped out of the blue. So it just closed in. I'm just stuck into the soup. yeah, that I struggle with answering that, and I had like we've brought this stuff up before where you kind of like the real answer should be like, well, something went wrong in the planning. You know, it's almost like
approaching runway 26.
It's a super good question. And I would before I really answered that question, I would be like, okay, I did nothing wrong leading up to it. This was a fluke thing, right? Like no one could have predicted this. Not even like the best weather guy on the planet. Al Roker could not have predicted this weather. This is just the situation that I find myself in. Because that would be the first thing I would go to is just, I've seen Montgomery go from 10 skies clear to quarter mile 100 in the span of about 15 minutes. Yikes. So I would say, like, if there was something tipping me off that was potentially going to happen, you wouldn't go. But as a PPL, there was times the TAF and everything said overcast 6,000 to 1,000 in 20 minutes. Okay. So getting away from the pre-planned, you know, like, well, if it looked like it was gonna act up, you're not gonna go. It's kind of like which would you rather have, overweight or out of CG? It's like, well, neither. Like, I don't want either. I'm gonna plan for having neither of those. I don't want those. But it's like, okay, if you had to pick one, like I am telling you that this is not a trick question. Would you pick up an IFR? I would immediately contact approach. Okay, and I'm not gonna look at this. If I'm in IMC, I would immediately contact approach and tell them that I am stuck in IMC, and I would ask for. I would ask if they could see the weather and if there is any way out of the weather. If it was like a system, you know, like something nastier than just like fog or a marine layer or something. If they had nothing like on radar that could help vector me away from the weather, then I would ask for vectors to the nearest ILS, is I think what I would do. That would be what I would do. I shot an ILS to 2.3 1200 RVR when I was at the visibility was 10 and when I touched down. Yeah. We call that Tuesday on the Atlantic coast. So that's what I would do. I would immediately contact. There's 10 different ways to answer that question. Yeah, and kind of using Brad's scenario of going down to Montgomery, like a situation that I know kind of where we're at. You know, I know there's no terrain. Immediate. I mean, obviously depends on what altitude I'm at, but yeah, I would let them know, like, hey, I'm, you know, VFR, you know, private pilot, stuck in IMC. I need vectors to the ILS, to the nearest ILS, and just, yeah, and let them know. And yeah, and below minimums, I think that kind of is part of the contacting approach thing. Brad has taught me this as well, where if you have an emergency that's not like I'm on fire, like you can declare the emergency without it being, you know, like the you know, just like, oh my god, we're gonna die, like squawking and doing like the actual full emergency thing. Like you can still say, like, you know, SoCal approach, you know, we're flying into IMC here, I need an emergency vector to an ILS, like we're stuck. Like it doesn't have to be you know, the squawking, you know, whatever, 6,700 and freaking out. Would the FAA get on you for flying into bad weather and putting yourself into that position? Yeah, I would say. I don't know. I mean, I think it would be like case by case, wouldn't it be? Wouldn't it be? Climb and maintain something. Get the hell away from the ground. Yeah, and again, it depends on what altitude you're at. Request minimum safe altitude from ATC, do a 180, ready to turn, and get the hell out of there. Well, I think in Max's scenario, it was like you're stuck in crap. So like doing a one, like it's not like a cloud. But Brad, what about icing, climb, cold, colder? Climb also doesn't necessarily mean colder. Yeah, in SoCal it doesn't necessarily mean colder too. Yeah, like if you, and that's where it's just like, okay, you went through everything this was just a fluky weather phenomenon. Yeah, I'd rather be in light ice at 3,000 than no ice at 500. Inversions happen a lot on the East Coast. Inform ATC to provide an escape or they will have a lot of paperwork and interviews to do. Yeah. So how'd I do, Max? Yeah, good question, Max. All right, let's see what kind of takeoff roll we can get here. There's 9,000 ways to answer that, yeah. That would be the one that I'd be most comfortable with. I am stuck. I need vectors to the nearest ILS. Because I know that I am more confident that I could get the ILS dialed in versus any other approach for comfort level. Yeah, you did. You did tell me that, Brad, yeah. All right, let's see what we can do with the takeoff roll here. Yes, apparently that was touchy. All right, Golds, you have a great night. Big Bear traffic, Skyhawk departing runway 26 straight out, Big Bear. So max gross, 90 degrees, 11,000 foot density altitude. This is not a good scenario. Like that's peaked right there a little bit. Ro, thank you for joining us. Have a great night. Okay. Brad, you'll be pleased to know that the new updated rep pack actually requires left rudder.
Cherokee 4 Foxtrot Golf, use contact runway tower 126.8. Good day. 126.8, see ya.
Yeah, this thing is really going slow. Oh wow. It does not want to take off. The exclamation point hard SIA audio clip, Brad introduced me to the real controller, so I've finally met that guy in real life. No, Ryan, I meant you don't need left rudder. You don't need left rudder, because before there were times when I would actually need to put in left rudder on the takeout roll, which is freaking crazy. Yeah, it's weird, right? Yeah, so this guy, Hard Sia, I have actually met him, which is hilarious.
That's 176, turn right hotel, pentagram 2.
Right at hotel, contact the ground. See ya!
See ya. So this is actually not climbing out too bad. They're 75 and 400 feet per minute. Has Alvin been on though? Yeah, it does. It does seem too high. For some reason, this is that. I don't know why it's saying 80. It should be 90. Something's off with that. Oh, you've heard the other Nick. Were you able to recognize other Nick's voice? Had you heard him before we met him? Yeah, no, I wish there was snow up here. That's funny. Under an hour wet, that's not bad. Yeah, this seems like it's climbing out even better than when Brad and I left, when it was like kind of cold out. Well, first of all, Rav, if the examiner doesn't show up, if he sleeps in during your first scheduled meeting, it's a good indicator that you probably shouldn't reschedule with that examiner. I'll leave it at that. You'll be fine, I'm sure, if that hasn't happened to you already. That is a red flag. Drop into this cool little valley. Yep. Dodging the clouds in Class G. Yeah, that's a great way to put it, Brad. Part of a very disappointing story. Let's go back at, I guess we could go back at 6,500 once we get out of here. That should be fine. No one's to blame.
Oh my god, I love airplanes and I love Brad. Holy
Just keep playing that clip. That is a great thing to be reminded of. He was early below minimums? Damn, dude. That's pretty nice. Would not be totally opposed to flying to Arizona for a check ride. Me too, Brad. Even-ish. Soon-ish would be good. I could have used those extra 10 minutes. Well, you know what? It's funny because at that point, I mean, you're like, I know what you're saying, like you could use the extra minutes. I know you're joking, but it's such an indicator of somebody taking something seriously, or at the minimum being respectful about your time. And it's very obvious when somebody is not taking it seriously. What is a discovery flight? Digital Chaos, that's a great question. A discovery flight is the greatest thing in aviation ever. And I would even say below minimums that first flight lesson might be overstating it a little bit, because it can be anything from your first lesson to just your first experience in a plane. And I know Brad does an absolutely amazing job at tailoring his explanations and teaching to somebody's understanding of what's going on. They can range from, like you said, a first lesson, or this is an airplane, let's go fly over your house and see if you get sick or even like this at all. And everything in between. But yeah, if you're even remotely interested in flying, taking a discovery flight is awesome. And it's super easy. It's way easier than you'd think. You just call up the flight school and say, hey, I'd like a discovery flight. What's your schedule? And they just schedule you and you show up and do it. That's it. It's a little bit more than 25 bucks, but yeah.
Left 080,
a little bit. SoCal approach, Skyhawk 53176, 6,500 just off of Big Bear, flight following to John Wayne. That's not really a good way to say that.
Number 53176, SoCal approach, squawk 1717 ident.
1717 53176. Just off of Big Bear. How about just over Redlands? The school near me is $100 for 1 hour. Yeah, absolutely do that, man. If you haven't done it already, do that. Like,
that was beautiful. Nice radio call, Bill.
6 miles east of San Marino Airport, Ontario, altimeter 3016. Maintain appropriate V for altitude.
3016 53176. Thanks. Yeah, you got to do it, man. It's freaking awesome.
09544 hotel traffic, slightly ready at 12 o'clock, and 3.5 miles east on a Skyhawk level 4,000.
Little plane is so great.
Looking 954 hotel.
Little plane is so cool.
Sir, settling with golf spark VFR contact, El Monte Tower 1.
You haven't heard her say that yet, Brad? That's, yeah.
Squawk VFR, El Monte Tower 121.2.
That is a common one.
760 Papa Bracket Tower, report missile left downwind. Correction, report missile left base, runway 26 left. And advise you
If I'm understanding correctly, it's about 10,000 to get PPL. That looks so.
correction, 7 Foxtrot Alpha, turn 10 degrees left. 10 degrees left.
10 degrees
what are the numbers you were reading back to her? That's a great question. So there were a handful of numbers. She was giving me the altimeter setting, which I didn't really change because it's like so close. But so she said 3016 was the altimeter, and that is right here. So you can see 30.1. There's in between 0.1 and 0.2. That's 0.5. It's like a hair, you know, closer to 2. So there's 30.16. The other numbers was the actual registration of the plane, 53176. So those were the numbers that I was reading back. There's a bit more because of the call sign is only numeric. It sounds a little bit confusing.
124.55.
Yeah, the squawk code also. Yep. Yeah, so the transponder one, that's a good call. So this is a transponder 1717. This code is a unique identifier, so she can see me on her screen under that transponder code. It's a lot of numbers, but when you know what she's asking for and you know what each number means, kind of compartmentalized, it makes it much easier to understand and remember. But if it's your first time hearing any of that stuff, it definitely just sounds like a bucket of frickin' nonsense.
Joshua approach Scott 12918, 7,500.
For 7 Foxtrot Alpha, turn left heading 290.
Oxe, thank you very much for the follow. My notifications seem to not be working at the moment. They were a little bit ago, so I apologize for not having the pomp and circumstance surrounding a follow, but I got the notification, so thank you.
So 12918, Joshua approach, Mojave altimeter 3022.
3022, 918.
So you can pick up our ATIS. Probably not.
United 1656, contact Los Angeles Center.
We're going to wait until probably the next controller. I know we got chatbot working, but no no like Streamlab integration stuff. I don't know why. I think there was some Streamlab updates, and I'm just not, something's not synced up.
Clear to localize runway 27, correction, clear to localize runway 24, approach.
27 Foxtrot Alpha, 3 miles from Miami, heading 270 to establish, maintain 3,000.
Okay. I needed that month though, man. I'll tell you, I needed that time. And I told Brad last week or something, or maybe it was even this weekend. It was not. It was not that long ago when I was just like, all right, dude, I'm good. I'm good now. Like I'm back, ready to go. You know, now we're obviously coming up into holiday and got my parents visiting in a couple weeks and stuff, but so the schedule won't be great this month, but I'm feeling like I like airplanes still.
Thank you.
9544 Hotel Circle approach Ontario altimeter 3016.
3016 and 4 Hotel has kilo.
Yeah, good call, Brad. Yeah. Oh, what's he doing? Is he doing the oil change on the Bonanza or fun stuff?
Triple 4 Hotel, thanks for kilo. Do you have approach request?
Negative for 44 Hotel. I thought there was a assigned visual from.
Okay, yeah. So he's Did he end up doing the aluminum piece? Like, is the whole piece aluminum or just like the inside? Well, I mean, we can.
Okay, I'll get with you now. I'm here at the full hotel.
Metal plates on the inside and outside of the brakes. Cool. That'll be great. Yeah, because the plane, the 172 probably hasn't flown, right? Also going to dye some leather and plug holes.
Yeah, we're flight following, but Burbank never handed us off to departure, but we're inbound to Fulton. Fullerton.
Okay, no, 351 Charlie Bravo. Alright. I'm gonna have to give you a new squawk code because I'm not
Flay
seeing
Bob.
more radar here. So.
Hey Brad, what do you think about a Flay Bob lunch breakfast? That's Riverside. Where's Flay Bob?
Approach Fulpro Hotels requesting the RNM GPS Yankee runway 6 San Bernardino.
How would you like to do
I think we need to
check that out.
Paper, Fulpro Hotel.
Yeah, that would be cool too, to check out the grass strip. But even if the grass is a no-go, that would be a good Bill and Brad adventure. Not too far either.
KJK runway 29 code for the option.
As long as you think it's fun.
So 1 Charlie Bravo, you're at a contact 5.5 miles north of northeast of Fulton Airport. But you're not in my airspace anymore. Contact Snow Color Bridge 135.4.
Altimeter 3015. Arriving and departing runways 20.
135.4 is back, 35.4.
And 1 Charlie Bravo, also looks like your transponders off. I got the ident, but as soon as you stopped identing, your target went to standby.
Read back all runway assignment, hold short instructions.
Remote pilot now, we'll go over to
you have information hotel.
37 Fox should offer contact Fulton Tower 119.1.
Yeah, even if we did like went in on the runway, departed on the grass to see how the surface is, and then do like a couple of laps, and then get the hell out of there. Like each do a soft field.
3016, and we have Quebec.
That'd actually be kind of cool. We go in there, land on the runway, get some brunch, check out the grass on the ground, check it out on takeoff, do a couple patterns, and then head out. Eventwise sounds fun.
57 Fox should Alpha Fulton Tower, runway 24, clear to land when calm.
Yeah, and right now too, because of the recent weather, it might not be fully ready. Depending on obviously like how soon we're able to do it. But it felt like that would be a good excuse to do something new, different, cool. That's not just doing steep turns over Rancho. So I think we've gone through about 3 sectors with no frequency change.
We'll report inside 918.
We're like firmly in 35.4 right now.
5270 with off runway 19 clear land when calm.
This is combined. This is not the combined.
796 here, copy with Hawthorne Tower.
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying, but this is... I'm with 34-0, dude. Like, there would be... Well, in the real world, there'd be at least 2. I think, right? There would be at least 2 up to this point, but we would be in 35-4 right here.
TJKJJ, taxi park via Alpha Pass to the Catcher.
They would keep you this far in? We're like... We're like almost a beam Corona. And we picked it up over Redlands, or maybe. Right about now, we get 24. Do they not give you 35-4 on the way back? Should we let her know that we have hotel?
Yeah, 1656 Las Vegas approach, Las Vegas, altimeter 3019er.
Let's get a frickin' straight in.
For arrival, expect visual approach runway 26 left.
This will be the Santa for arrival, expect left.
Because coming out of Corona, I've used 35-4. And that worked fine. But I don't know if it's different like in route, if they like skip over that for whatever reason, but
760 Papa, just be advised you are evaluating.
We're dealing with different circumstances in the real world.
Delta confirm service to 2,400. You must establish the two-way radio communications with the controlling facility before you enter the airspace. Enter left base, runway 19er, clear land.
SoCal approach, Skyhawk 53176. We have hotel at John Wayne.
Charlie Bravo, looks like you passed that traffic go around. Make right traffic. There's 7 Lima Golf taxi to Burger Via Alpha passes Cap 7. 12 called.
Skyhawk 53176. We have information hotel at John Wayne. Now she's looking at going like...
Sir, 53176, contact SoCal approach 128.1, thanks for hotel.
281 53176.
So 129er18 Mojave Tower, report midfield right downwind, runway 26.
A little bit further south. We get this? Yeah, we did, Brad. When we did this, we got straight in for the left side.
Yankee for 6.
Air 5, Commissioner 905, full 4 hotel, contact Terminator Tower 119.45.
Doesn't matter.
119.45, full 4 hotel.
Yeah. SoCal approach, Skyhawk 53176, 6,500 information hotel. John.
53176, SoCal approach, John Wayne altimeter 3015. Expect runway 20 left.
Alright, we'll expect 20 left, 53176.
Skyhawk 954 Hotel, San Bernardino Tower, runway 6, clear to land when calm.
Even though it's light out in the sim, it's 8 o'clock. It's actually not that.
I
was going to say, well, it's kind of nighttime, so it would be slow. Maybe we'll get straight in, but...
Here, Sounds Action Alpha Taxi, Park Via Alpha, have a great night.
That was quite a memorable flight we had, Brett. That was... I don't want to say that was fun because it was definitely not, but it was memorable.
176, report John Wayne Airman 5.
It was very scenic. That was a scenic day. Yeah, so we'll have to see what's going on with the plane, but I had that thought the other day, Brad, like, man, it'd be nice to get back to do, like, I mean, obviously work on stuff and be extremely precise, but go somewhere we haven't been before. And let me buy you brunch. Dude, they got some freaking burritos there, good lord. Yeah, dude. Absolutely. No, not. I will pre-cater it if I have to. I will pre-cater that. Thank you, Beardy. I know you will always let me go. I know.
The rating, it was discontinued just due to the lack of radar coverage.
John, these are gunners. So they have a blue light filter, and I wear them every day at work, and they really help. But the way that I have everything set up is it's like really bright, and then everything's dark, which can be really harsh on eyes. So I've started wearing them in the sim as well, and it helps a lot.
Or Bravos, it's not mandatory always out of Charlies and Deltas.
I owe him
severely if you make sure your transponder is on altitude prior to takeoff.
The reflections of my readers is too much. Yeah, it's there's a slight magnification, but they're super nice. Justin, thank you. Very modest rig that I have. It's a 1066 gig with an i5 6700K overclocked to 4.6 and 16 gigabytes of RAM. So pretty modest, and it works on top of streaming. It's streaming.
Within 1.5 DME of Las Vegas VOR.
Left base approach, runway 26.
6600K.
9655.
It's perfectly adequate. For sure.
Southwest 1646, just confirm it's 10 miles, so 15 DME. So 15 DME from Las Vegas.
This I'm sure is completely filled in now.
16 DME from base.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what happens when 19.953.176. Oh, did she?
Clear up runway at Echo 7960 Papa.
Tactically blind.
3760 Papa, Almani Tower.
Not in sight. Nope. Don't have it in sight yet. Don't have it in sight yet. Oh, there it is.
Papa taxi to Burgundy Alpha and have a wonderful rest of your night.
Oh, tactically blind as in the glasses. Got it. Yeah. John Wayne Tower, Skyhawk 53176, straight in 20 left with information hotel.
3176 John Wayne Tower, make sure to aim runway 20 left, clear to land, wind 1704.
Clear to land 20 left, 53176. Right, so we got both in, lights on, masters, mags, everything is good.
Mojave Tower, Skyhawk 12, 918. Am I cleared across runway 12 to Delta?
This is a very interesting straight in.
If a runway is intersecting a runway you are cleared to land on, you are able to cross it without an ATC crossing. You just cannot you cannot exit onto an intersecting runway. So you can cross any intersecting runway, you just cannot exit onto.
Understood, 918.
And our 918, you can keep it rolling to Delta, and taxi departing via Delta Charlie. Have a wonderful night, past with Cat 6.
Delta Charlie, departing 918. Thank you.
United 1656, establish final contact tower, 119.9.
I guess this is like an extended 15-degree
Vegas Tower, good evening,
offset
United
straight in.
1656. With you with information Delta. 5 miles from Kimmy. You will be started a left turn.
Let's see if we can't nail this one.
Yeah, 1656 Las Vegas Tower, Roger. I believe the instruction was contact me established final. If you're still on base, go ahead and switch back to approach and contact me on final.
Roger that, United 1656.
And Tower 44 tells cleared the active on Bravo.
Short final runway 20 left.
And request parking.
I have a feeling I know what's being said over here. Brad.
For 44 Hotel, we have two options. If you look for the west GA parking, you can take Bravo to Charlie, or just join Alpha to the northeast ramp. And have a wonderful rest of your night.
I'm trying to slow
the
it
GA
down.
hangars, Bravo to Alpha to GA. Thank you.
Now, 1656 Las Vegas Approach, Roger. Do you still have the airport in sight?
Yeah, at about like 100 feet over the numbers. Let's try it again. Oh, in the
United 1656.
like your
the
malicious go around call, right? When everything is looking fine.
It is definitely not off your 9 o'clock. It was off your 9 o'clock 20 miles ago. The instruction was to keep your base turn within 15 DME of Las Vegas VOR. You're now
Justin, I use
about
joystick.
5 to 7 miles. Also, when you are given a visual approach clearance, you must keep the airport environment in sight at all times. If you lose sight of the airport environment, you must report it to ATC so we're able to continue tracking you on radar and safely get you to the airport. Turn left heading 280, descend and maintain 6,000, and join the runway 26 left localizer.
Joey Tower, Skyhawk 53176, clear 20 left at hotel. We'd like a taxi back for left closed traffic.
Skyhawk 177, 20 left, taxi at Charlie Kilo.
Charlie Kilo 20 left, 53176. Somebody made a goof. Whoops. Brad, what was the last go around we did where the approach was like freaking perfect? Was that the last flight that we did, or was it the one before? Because that was probably the worst one you've done. Like the worst in terms of, I felt so good about that approach and just tossed it out. Them's my shoes. What's happening, man? That lightning looks pretty nice. That one was so funny. So one of the things that Brad told me before he was my instructor, and I think he told me this, not knowing that he'd eventually be my instructor. Like he said, like, hey, you want to know something fucked up that I do with my students? He's like, whenever my student is on like a really good approach and it looks like the landing is going to be great, I tell him to go around. And I never forgot that because I thought it was so funny. And the first flight that we did, I was on a really good approach, and I knew, like, I was waiting for it, I was bracing for it, and he didn't do it. And then the next time I wasn't bracing for it, and then he did do it. It's like, you son of a bitch. Joey Tower Skyhawk 53176, holding short 20 left at Kilo, left close traffic.
So 176 left close traffic approved. Report missile dash time when 1403, runway 20 left at Kilo, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 20 left at Kilo, left close traffic approved 53176. Brad, and just when I was talking about you, so Brad, what I had said was the last flight that we did, I think it was the last one where I had a really good approach that you had me do a go around, and I was saying that it was the worst version of that, where I was so happy with the approach, and okay, I was wondering what that was going to do. So they purposefully lowered the elevator authority at low speed. So I had to push. I was using a lot more back pressure than normal, and then at a certain speed, it went onto like normal elevator authority and just went bonk. Like that was clunky as hell. That really sucks. If you're going to pilot in, I just sit.
1656, you have the airport in sight now.
But yeah, so I think, Brad, I think it was the last flight that it looked perfect. And then we did a go around. But I was saying that you had told me that story before you were my instructor, or even thinking about being my instructor. So the first good, and I remember it was at John Wayne. I don't think it happened when we on our first flight in French Valley. It was at John Wayne, and I had a really good approach, and I was bracing for the go around, and it never came. And then the second time around, I wasn't bracing for it, and it did happen.
San Luis Obispo Tower, number 7710 Papa.
And we have the recording, obviously, and I just remember saying, "You son of a bitch." Joey.
7710 Papa San Luis ground, runway 29er taxi at Alpha.
29er taxi via Alpha 10 Papa.
Joey Tower Skyhawk 53176, midfield left downwind 20 left, full stop.
So 176 runway 20 left, clear to land.
Clear to land 20 left 53176. I'm disappointed in the soft field. That's not good. That is really abrupt transition. So that sucks. But this, like, for a short field performance right now, like, there's full flaps and like holding 62 with a pretty good descent. Now it's speeding up again. So it's better. You know, I know in the pattern work little video that I did, it seemed a little bit more dramatic when you compare it with the original version, but this seems to be better, but still pretty buggy. I mean, I'm full power out, and there's 58 above glide slope, and there's found it. That's full power out. I don't know if if I did that for a short field in the real world, that's pretty awesome. But let's go down to the hotel. But I think this is still pretty far off, which sucks. But yeah, that elevator thing, like nothing. Like it would actually pop up right there with some power in, and it's not popping a wheelie at all. That's kind of lame. Johnny Tower, Skyhawk 53176, clear 20 right at hotel going to ACI West.
Sir 176 taxi to ACI West via Hotel Bravo, cross runway 20 right at Hotel Monarch Ground 132.25. Have a great night.
All right, Hotel and Bravo cross 20 right at Hotel, monitoring ground
approaching
on the other
runway
side.
02 left. Entered runway 02 left. 20 right.
Middlefield Tower, Cessna 212 Zulu Hotel.
She does refuse to not use 132 for ground frequency. I just don't even switch to it. I hear 132 whatever, and I could not tell you what that frequency is at all. I could not tell you what the what's after the decimal point. I have no idea. Do you know, Brad, off the top of your head without looking, do you know what the west side ground frequency is? It's like I block it out from my brain so much. 25. Of course you would know.
Clear land, 26 left, 964.
Brad's like, move 3225. Okay, show off.
Duh. Obispo Tower, November 7710 Papa.
All right, there seems to be a caravan in the way.
Request closed traffic pattern for the Cat 3.
That's the wrong number, Ryan.
Sir 7710 Papa, San Luis Tower, left push shaft approved. Report midfield each time.
Good night, Tower. Well, Ryan, you know it's 25 because you fly fake John Wayne. PilotEdge uses it. I want to find that go around from that last flight, which we haven't looked at on the stream before. Yeah, PE John Wayne. We'll give you the other one. Let's do 11. This must be it. Okay. Let's
southbound Cessna,
see if this is it.
John Wayne Airport 8 hits information Sierra 2153.
Okay. Okay. Was it the first one? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so this was a short field. This was going to be freaking perfect. Damn it.
Verify that was Duke 1.
Negative, that was Sears 56 Papa November over El Toro inbound.
Yeah, I wasn't talking to you. I was looking for Duke 1. Say again your request, please.
Okay, I would say that's
Scott 3728, contact SoCal departure.
pretty high.
See ya. We're 56 Papa November, John Wayne Tower, continue southbound. I'll call you turn inbound.
Continue south, 56 Papa November.
Got a rare lull in the action.
Give it 5
Duke
minutes.
1, Todd 4, clear for takeoff. Fly straight out. I will call your left turn.
Okay, so we are high right there. That's 550.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Northern Quebec, contact SoCal departure 125.35.
No sense fighting yourself on the slab.
Number 24 Victory, now following a Cessna straight ahead. Do you have them in sight?
Yeah, this isn't too bad.
I'm aiming for the discoloration here.
But your speed's going to increase rapidly as you roll out of it.
So I'm going to go...
Or 24 Victor, number 2, runway 20 left for the option.
That looks better.
6 off November, are you familiar with signal or correction UCI?
30 in.
6 off November, turn right, proceed direct UCI for left traffic. Right direct UCI and then left traffic 20 left.
Somebody thought it was a good idea to let me fly this thing.
Look at how close he got it.
28328 Golf left traffic.
Look at how close this is. All right, so I'm aiming for the discoloration here. We had briefed before this flight about flaps in a slip. So I wanted to, well, you know, we wanted to practice the slip with 20 degrees of flaps, and then once you've got the altitude where you want it, straighten it out and then go flaps 30, and just getting that timing down. And you can hear me say, it's not that clear. I think I say like, now I'm going to get 30 or something. And we're just like aiming right for that discoloration. And we maybe 20, yeah, Ryan, maybe 20 feet. And he just goes, seep, just pulls the rug out from underneath. And then he just goes, ha.
For the option.
That looks better.
6 off November, are you familiar with signal or correction UCI?
30 in.
30. 6 off November, turn right, proceed direct UCI for left traffic. Right direct UCI and then left traffic 20 left by 6 off November.
Go around.
28328 Golf Tango John, turn, my 2's right, clear 2 land.
You bastard. You bastard, that was going to be money.
Go ahead and offset. He's trying to send Duke over this side, so.
We're 6 off number, continue reducing your approach speed. There are 3 in the pattern, they're indicating 100 knots.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Reduce the speed, 56 off November. That's 176, start your downwind turn as soon as you're able.
Alright, downwind as soon as able, 53176.
What would you do on a check ride?
Right now?
What would you do on a check ride?
In this situation?
Contact the altitude.
I would just do it when I'm ready.
You're comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Duke 1, turn left, proceed on course.
That was pretty money though, right, that approach?
That looked great.
Duke 1, traffic approaching UCI is Cirrus at 2,200.
Oh, you bastard. You
November, traffic departure John Wayne,
bastard.
heading towards UCI at 700 is a helicopter. You're going to follow a Cessna the cross 1 at 600.
All right. Yeah, I know. A little cackle. Instructor is awesome. Thank you guys for showing up tonight. I missed you all terribly, and very happy that that everything is. If it becomes a soundbite, it should be asshole. I will do it right now. I'll make it a soundbite right now. Let's just do it. Let's do it live. Thank you everybody for watching. Join me in the next one. Love you guys. Peace out. Bye YouTube.